So I wanted to share with you something that we did in my yoga class this morning. And I'll often talk about my style of yoga as being functional yoga. And the reason that I call it that is because my focus in every class is to work on helping you to have a body that functions better. So I'm much less interested in making shapes for the sake of making shapes. Sometimes my classes will look like very traditional yoga, and other times we might be doing things that don't resemble yoga at all, but that are functional for your body. And this morning's class was a little bit like that. So I'm going to share with you some of the things we did. So we had a block or a brick, or you might have just a book or even a Tupperware container, and everybody stood up and we were just holding on to the block, okay? Just holding the block in your arms. And then I asked everybody to sit down without using their hands. So finding a way to come down to the floor, being careful because some people have got knee issues or ankle issues, and just finding your way down to the floor. And if you needed to use a hand, that's fine. But just encouraged to use the hands as little as they can to find a way then to get back up. And we kept going up and down, finding different ways. So maybe coming down through a squat, different ways to get down to the floor and different ways to get back up again. So maybe some people were able to come back up via a squat. Maybe you could cross your legs and sit down using the edges of your feet. Maybe you can come up the same way. But just finding new and different ways of coming down to the floor and coming back up again. So we did that a few times, and then once we'd kind of practiced that a little bit, I asked everyone to bring a block and place it on their head. Now, fixing your gaze, looking at something in front of you, finding your breath, and then seeing, can you sit yourself down without using your hands? We're bringing in another element to this. And if you've something nice and light on your head, it doesn't matter if it drops. Just playing around, seeing how many different ways can you get up and down. There were plenty of blocks dropping. And just challenging yourself. See where your limitations are, and also maybe where your abilities are. And that's just giving you something to maybe think about and maybe work with, and building that into some kind of practice. So that's just an idea for you for some mobility work and some functional movement. Thanks for joining me, and namaste.